Hey guys, it's week 48, and right now I feel like I'm standing in the forest, staring at a handful of paths, not sure which one to take. The worst thing is standing still, but figuring out the best way to prioritize what I should do is hard. Let's try to figure it out. So I'm gonna wash with choices right now of where to focus next. But first, some statistics. So I'm getting right now about a 14% conversion rate from views to my page on Wix and into signups, which is really great. And then of those 14% that sign up, I'm getting about a 14% conversion rate on purchases from those signups. So that's nearly a 2% conversion rate from just a simple view to a purchase, which I feel like is really, really good. So my first thought here is that running ads is really tempting. If I can target the same audience intent that I'm getting from the Wix ecosystem, which is definitely a big if, then out of 100 clicked ads, I might convert 2 people. And then when you look at a 3-month revenue from those 2 clicks, that's $21 for each person, so that's 2 people, so that's $42 earned. So that makes each click worth spending 42 cents, and maybe more depending on how you think about it, because word of mouth growth is worth a lot too, even if you don't get purchases from everybody there. So that's hot on my mind, but I did some first round research on this, and so far I haven't come up with a strategy to pursue. Of all the areas of weaknesses that I have, running ads is probably the thing that I'm the least familiar with. Another option that's looking me right in the face is building a Dropboard Pro Plan for my Wix customers. Wix is where I'm getting almost all my traffic from, and having 2 plans could create some price anchoring, which would actually help boost sales of my lower plan right now. And I'd also get to see how many of the people coming would actually pay me more, because I took a stab in the dark at $7 a month for my product. But with my conversion rate already at 2% from views to purchases, it doesn't really feel like I have a conversion problem. It feels like I have a funnel problem. It's just a weak funnel. So is building out this Pro Plan the best step right now? I'm not sure. There are a lot of wins even outside of revenue from doing this though. My long-term plans and goals are to build a complete applicant tracking system to go head-to-head with the really big players out there. And if I'm being honest, this is really where I want to be focusing my time. I've been trying to stair-step my way to this point, which is why I'm taking some time to understand all my early customer feedback and trying to find any weak spots before I go any bigger. In a lot of ways, I feel like the current offering I've got right now is my model train, and I'm fleshing out and validating all of the landscape for the life-size train that I really want to be working on. So building out this launch plan and this trajectory of getting to that place is really on my mind, but it's a long-term goal, so I've got to find my way there. And it wouldn't be a week in the trenches without some serious anxiety. I'm off of the newest apps page on Wix, which is like a tailored page that Wix promotes all their new apps. And I've always wondered when that drop-off was going to happen and what was gonna come of it for the traffic that I've been getting. And my thought process up until now has always been, I feel like I'm pretty well insulated from this because the conversion rate to purchase being so high just makes me feel like there's high intent on the people who find my app. So I just can't quite imagine people going to the newest apps page to have a high intent for my product specifically, since that page is more of a check out these random new apps. But we will see. The past several days have not been very good for traffic or signups, but it's very hard to say why. It could easily just be the ups and downs of organic traffic. This stuff is so scary though, and it puts a pit in my stomach. And it's why I've had to learn many times over, enjoy the highs as they come, but don't forget that this is a long game with many spits and spurts along the way. Getting traction feels so amazing and magical until you have a bad week or a bad day, and it's like that dopamine is taken away from you. So it's a roller coaster, and I knew that going into it. The important thing is I'm still growing, and I've gotten a ton of great validation that I'm on the right track. So I've gotten the thing that I've really needed. I just want to keep seeing that revenue grow. I don't want to lose it. While I've been working through all those ideas and trying to come up with a strategy, this week I decided to focus on some fun features, and many of them came from direct feedback in conversations with my customers. And one of the ones I'm most excited about is an AI that helps you write job descriptions for you. So this is a perfect use of AI in my opinion. It's nice and humanized. It's very useful to the user. You know, whenever you're writing a job description in Dropboard or really anywhere, it's hard to know what that should look like. You might copy paste it from old job descriptions, but getting a nice starting point is really what this is about. So if I come in here and I decide that I have a job opening for a head chef, I can come in here and I start filling this out, and then I say, oh, I'm gonna let this AI write this for me. And so you can start the AI generation, and it's going to put together a job description complete with responsibilities and qualifications for you. And there we go. It's really nice. Let's see what it says. The head chef is responsible for the overall operation of the kitchen, including menu development, budgeting, and supervising kitchen staff. The head chef must have excellent organizational and communication skills and should be able to motivate and lead a team of chefs and cooks. So this is really great. I feel like the AI did a fantastic job figuring this out, and then I can just click use this and then it fills it out for me and I can make my edits. Another feature that I'm really excited about is using Wix's automations feature set. And I'm planning on making this part of the Dropboard Pro plan, but I wanted to get it started today and give it out to some people. So this is how this works. You can start an automation in your Wix website, and you say start from scratch, and you'll choose the Dropboard integration here. So I'm using the dev version of this to show you guys. And the action I want to listen to is candidate applied. And what I want to do is, we can do anything really. You can send an email to somebody, you can update a Google Sheets, you can do all sorts of different things. And just to test this out, I want to send a webhook to some website. So I'm just going to throw this URL that I created from webhook.site just to show you guys how this works. And I'm going to activate this webhook, and I'm going to call this new candidate. This is Dropboard on my test site here, and I'm going to basically fill this out and submit this application. And then once that goes through, my automation should run. So let's wait here for it to happen. And there we go, it just posted here. So that's how automation triggers can be really amazing, because users of Dropboard can basically hook up new candidates into whatever workflow they want to do. They can take any action on it. And another thing I did this week, and this is for my own use to research and understand my customers better, is to create an admin panel for myself so that I can look at my customers and figure out where they're coming from. I can't show you the real one in production for privacy reasons, but this is my development one. And it just gives me a nice snapshot of all my customers, colored in orange if they've left or green if they've paid. And I have links to their website so I can check out how they're using Dropboard and how many candidates are applying for jobs on their website, and really just get to know my customers. That will help me make better informed product decisions. I added one more alarm that I think is really important, and that is that the Bastion instance that I have, whenever I need to connect to my system, if I ever accidentally leave it running, it's going to cost me money that is just a waste. So I've got an alarm in here that basically says, hey, you might have left this instance running when you were trying to do a test. You should probably turn it off. It's kind of a small thing, but I always think about costs, and especially in a bootstrapped journey like this, it's really important to know where your costs are and to keep them as low as possible so that your runway is as long as it can be and you can survive. To give you guys an example of how I communicate and engage with people who are giving me feedback, this is a video I made to help somebody who is having questions about how to put Dropboard on their site, and they weren't a native English speaker, so I was having some trouble getting that through. So I made this video, and I think these are just some of the nice touches I think it's really important to make, especially early on, just to show how much you care. Okay, that closes us out for this week. Who knows what next week's gonna bring? As I said, I'm in a place where there are a lot of choices right now, and I need to do some analysis and road mapping to come up with next steps. So stick around and let's see how it shakes out.